Oh, goodness.
Welcome everybody to Ladies Night Live. We got awesome ladies here tonight, and for some reason my chat that was right there just went away. I don't know why. But so welcome everybody and welcome ladies, and let's just go around, just do a little quick brief who you are. So I'll start out with it and we'll just work our way around. Hi everybody, I'm Little Miss Prepper. I'm on All American Preppers. It's our channel, but he's mostly the face of it. So then so I have to say, hi Ashton, hi baby. Sorry, my
How
boy.
are you doing, Ashton?
And then Blackbird, you want to say a little bit, introduce yourself, say a little bit, and we'll move on to everybody else.
I'm Blackbird. That's about it.
Blackbird's really good about doing dehydrating a lot of, I'm not really dehydrating, really canning, and she's awesome about all that kind of good stuff as well.
I like to make my home remedies also.
Yes.
I don't, and we are not recommending that for anyone. We are not doctors. Got you covered, sis.
There you go. And then next to her, we got, now down, my Crooked Little Homestead Terminator there.
Hello, everyone, from my Crooked Little Homestead from Ontario, Canada. How's everyone? Hopefully, everyone's staying warm because it's been pretty chilly up this way. Gardens are finally shutting down, and we've had snow, and some cold weather. So everybody, get ready for winter.
I wish that some of that would come our way. We're still in the 90s Fahrenheit. Yeah, it would be nice to have a little bit of coolness for a little change. But right now, though, we are pouring down rain all the time. Every day it's been raining, pouring rain. So, and then L&L Homestead, you want to just say hi and introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. I'm on the East Coast, also in the mountains of Virginia, and I do canning and dehydrating and starting to get into herbalism. But I'm on a limited scale because I'm disabled and can only do little things a little bit at a time.
And then Yoda.
All right, so I'm Yoda, Angie Angela. Some of you know me, and from Grumpy Acres Farm. I am the one who has been blessed or cursed enough to live with my husband for over 33 years. Wow! And but that lovely Marine, I tell you. And so we sold everything we had, started all over again because we refused to take the pokey poke. And we bought a dilapidated farm and literally are starting from scratch. And so what we do is we just show you our journey, share our journey. I teach canning, food preservation in all different forms, and off-grid cooking, etc. And so that's just kind of what I do. That is me.
All right. One of the Karen here in the chat, I wish I could send you some of that rain. Man, our property here gets so flooded out when it's raining all this much. So even when I go to work in the morning, I have to wear different shoes, like my flip-flops, and then change into my work shoes after I get there because I'm so swamped out here.
Yeah. Look at that, Carrie, man. So Carrie and I got to hang out this weekend. We're actually going to do Thunderhill Farms tonight. We're going to do a collaboration. So I know Miss Lucy knows this. We've been talking about getting that Patreon and then the membership going and all that for cooking. So I'll give cooking lessons and that kind of thing. But if y'all don't know, ThunderhillFarm.com, Carrie busts her butt. She makes some of the best dip sauces, like you wouldn't believe, and they're multi-purpose. Like you could do anything with them. And so we're gonna feature a lot of her stuff. Like she loaded me up. My refrigerator is full. She's like, we need designated freezer space, and I was like, yeah, probably. And so what I'll do is I will post to the community page or wherever that goes and let everybody know what the 2 recipes are for the month so everybody can get their goods. So if you want to come on Patreon and cook with us, Carrie and I'll be on there, and you want to talk about a crack up, and she'll keep you laughing the entire time. So it's a good pair up because when I'm cooking, like you see me do my recipes and stuff, sometimes I'm quiet in there. So G has to do a lot of editing, but my head is like literally in that recipe. So Carrie's going to be a good balance to keep you all going. It's going to be good. I'm excited. And then I don't even know, but yeah. Oh, so Carrie said that she had to go home and pick the orchard while they were gone. And here at camp, they got 2 nights of frost. I figured we were going to get early winter.
Wow.
Yeah. She's up in Wisconsin in 3B. We're not too far away from that. I think they switched us over to, we were 5B, I think. And now they switched us over to 6. But I still don't see a difference. I'm not sure why they switched us, but oh well. But yeah.
So just a quick shout out to the prepping artists. Hey, Kelly and Rambo. And then my mom is on my son's YouTube. So hi, Mom.
Oh yeah, you know what else was fun? So I made my cinnamon rolls. I had my cinnamon rolls at camp, and I always do. I take them when we do our vendor tent and stuff. And so I had my cinnamon rolls out there, and oh my gosh, Carrie finally decided it was time to get her carb on. You know, she's been smelling the cinnamon rolls and seeing them walk around. So she came over and had one. Well, do you guys know SOE Tactical, who John Willis is? So John is in love with my cinnamon rolls. so is his wife Amanda. And so Carrie takes a picture of her eating the cinnamon roll and posts it on Facebook, sends it over to Amanda. Man, she had everybody's panties in the wad. And so Nicole Sauce gets in there from Living Free in Tennessee. She's like, you guys, Self-Reliance Festival is in 4 weeks. She's going to be there. Just relax, you know. So it's really fun to see that. And then Sam Russell, if you get on his YouTube channel, he's a character. I really like Sam. And so Sam got the cinnamon roll, and he decided he was going to taunt John too with the cinnamon roll. So he goes over to Carrie's tent and says, Carrie, what kind of sauce would you put on this? And she says, oh, a really good one would be, I don't know, Carrie, remind me. I think you did, he put blueberry or something, a blueberry jam on there. And so she pours it on there, and like it's dripping and everything. So Sam's got this really long beard, right? I mean, it's a gorgeous beard. He does a good job with it, but it's long and thick, you know, young guy. And so he's doing this video. You go in and watch this video, and he bites into the cinnamon roll, and there's just jam everywhere, all down his beard. He comes over and talks to Grumpy to tell Grumpy about the video that he just made. And Garen said, well, it must have been a really good cinnamon roll and a really good video because, man, you got blueberry jam all in your beard. I think Sam was wearing that half the day. But so, you know, it's nice. This is kind of what happens behind the scenes with a lot of YouTubers, especially when you do this circle on the circuit like this. We all become friends and family. And so blueberry vanilla lavender, the blueberry fields is what it's called. And you guys, thunderhillfarm.com, you can go over, and she ships everywhere. So, but yeah, so it was a lot of fun. We have fun with each other. I just like to tease back and forth. But for those of you that are going to Self-Reliance Festival, and I'll probably remind and do a shout out towards the end if I can stay awake long enough. Carrie and I have a collaboration, an exclusive recipe and combination that's going to be offered out at Self-Reliance Festival. Price point is going to be somewhere between $18 and $20 from what we could figure off the top of our heads. As soon as she puts pencil to paper, we'll know for sure where it needs to be, but it's going to be awesome. Oh my gosh. I'd give you the recipe, but I can't. It's an exclusive. So you got to come see Grumpy Acres at Self-Reliance Festival in order to get this. It's going to be amazing. So, but yeah, so these are the fun things. That's why you go to camp and you hang out with each other. Networking is so important in building community. And, if you don't build community, you can't grow yourself. And so, I mean, you could, but it's a little bit more difficult, a little more overwhelming and that kind of thing. We're at festivals. We can where is the festival? Camden, Tennessee is the Self-Reliance Festival. That is the next one that we'll be at. And that is, Carrie, can you put the dates? Just type them in. You don't have a wrench, so just type them in. And if you'll put the dates there or even type in, you go selfreliancefestival.com and you can get in there and check out and see what's going on with the schedule. There's some big speakers lined up. October 5th through 6th is Self-Reliance Festival. And
you know what's good about those festivals is no matter how much you think you know about it, there's always somebody that can teach you just a little bit more.
Well, not just that, but sharing with each other, and we share our mistakes. We share our mistakes with everybody and our wins. And when we do that, we can go, oh, well, have you ever thought of this, or have you ever thought of that? And then kind of break all of that down. It's pretty dang amazing. Pretty amazing. Mm-hmm. SRF workshops are, because they do workshops, right? There's classes and things that you can take, and those are October 3rd through the 4th. Thanks, Carrie, for that update. I thought it was just on Friday, so we are going to have to go in Wednesday, so we're there on the 4th. Still waiting for Nicole Sauce to get back to me, answer my text. I know she probably won't be able to get to it until tomorrow or Wednesday. And they get this time of year so close to festival, they're so busy, it takes a while. But we've offered to cook for classes on Friday, so one more day is not going to kill us. We'll see what we can do. But yeah, we thought, wouldn't it be fun if we could go ahead and go do an off-grid gourmet meal for everybody? Probably just do it on cast iron and open fire and do a gourmet meal for everybody just as a special thank you for taking classes and supporting everybody in the channel. So, but yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Open fire cooking is so delicious.
Yeah. Milton, yeah. Camden, Tennessee is where that is at. I know Homestead Medical is going to be there. I think he's doing a workshop. There's quite a few others doing workshops as well. I'm not sure. John's going to be running the factory, but I don't know. He'll be around. So I wish. Hey, Little Miss Prepper.
Yeah.
I highly recommend Curie if you want to give her a wrench. And it sounds like we got a lot of viewers that are interested in this. And then that way she can post the link and they can just kind of go in if you want to take it away from her later. If she misbehaves, just let me know and I'll see her in 4 weeks. I'll put her in her place. She won't. She'd actually be a pretty good mod for you, I guarantee you.
Okay.
But, yeah. But she is funny. I was laughing at her. Somebody's 2 kids were hanging out and they were talking to her and all this. She's like, man, what kind of responsible parent would leave their kids with me? And so, Carrie's she's just a real individual. And so her hair is cut short. She's got I don't know, it's not like a real mohawk, but it just kind of comes up a little bit to a tip. Kind of reminds me like a surfing wave when you're getting ready to tube in the surfboard. And it's purple. And so sometimes it's blue. I think Amanda sometimes will have blue hair. And I don't know. I remember one festival they kind of matched. But so, they just have fun and do all that. but she tries to dress, like punk rock, I guess I would say. And so, I'm used to it because I was around kids like that all the time. And she says she'll behave.
Yeah.
But so I was just cracking up laughing because she's like, what kind of responsible parent would ever leave their kids with me? They couldn't leave their kids with a better person, but it was just funny. I don't know. But yeah, see, Carrie, what you have to do is you have to look like a grandma, and then if you look like a grandma, then nobody will want to leave their kids with you because they feel sorry for you. You already have a crew, so they won't do that.
Funny.
But yeah, no, so it's lots of fun. And then dang, we've got, I don't know, we got so much coming up after Self-Reliance Festival. Then we've got October 25th, 26th, 27th. We'll be at Kentucky Sustainable Living in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And you guys can go to KentuckySustainableLiving.com and check out tickets. I'm not sure what they cost this year. Last time, or this fall, last spring, I think they were like $35 or something like that. And then we'll be having, I know Chuck Peoples will be doing a class. I'll be doing a class. I know there's a few other people coming in and doing classes. So Friday will be the classes. I'm going to teach everybody, kind of get everybody out of their comfort zone. We're going to can some coleslaw, and then we're also going to be canning some meat, kind of get everybody ahead of things, and so you can just start knocking things out. Ghost Prepper had your products. Yeah. Somehow she missed out. Oh, well, let me know. And you can always go to GrumpyAcresFarm.com and you can check out and see what products we have there. I ship all the time. So, but yeah, LP is going to be out there in Kentucky. So yeah, I can't wait to see him. And I'm not sure if Ghost is going or not, but we'll see. So yeah, I just got, it never fails. Every time we go to a festival, I get a huge order. So I've got some stuff I'm going to be sending out to California. Totally sucked because I ran out. I sold out a pot roast, and the order has 2 pot roasts in it. So guess what I'm doing tonight?
Cooking some pot roast.
Yeah, I've got pot roast going, pie crust going. There's some bread sitting out. I got to do a casserole with that. Then I got to get cookies made tonight. Tomorrow's all cinnamon rolls. And man, it's just one thing right after the other. But it's good. I can't complain. You got to love it when business is doing good, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so we met some good people, met some new people that came into the community. And it's always fun for me, and I always know where it's going. And I can't help it, no matter what. My face is always like, what? Because I'm trying to figure out, okay, so when you come up and you meet me, a lot of times, a lot of the viewers, they say, I know you, but you don't know me. And so, but you hear that a lot too, when you're just walking around, they're like, I think I know you from somewhere, but they don't get it until I start talking. And then they go, oh, that's who you are. And so,
You almost need a name tag.
huh?
You almost need a name tag.
Yeah. Well, you would think the Grumpy Acres Farm t-shirts that we wear would give off, some kind of idea what was going on. But yeah, no, super cute. Met this gal. She's real nice. They just bought a farm not too far from her. So we're going to be able to add her to the Discord group. And that way she can keep up with everything that's going on and know when we have community gatherings and that kind of thing. So that's a lot of how we vet each other. Like they're on at 7:30 actually talking about new members coming in and that kind of thing, just so they can get suggestions and that stuff. I've already been through it, and I think it's going to be great for them to do this. I'll get caught up to speed probably tomorrow. And I'd like to see how they're going to handle this without Tag or I, right? I just want to see how they do. So, because, or Garen's putting feed away right now. But, we've been doing this for a long time. And so a lot of the new community members coming in, they're just starting. And so they've got to learn the vetting system. they've got to learn that they got vetted and they didn't know it. So, okay, so now you did that to me. So wait, I go ahead and I do it this way. And you were shy. Don't be shy when you come up. So don't be shy. Just go up and say hi. And then tell me who you are and what's going on. Never be shy. And I won't laugh at you or anything, I promise. I mean, unless you do something funny, then I probably will. But I don't have my glasses on, Duggish. Let's see. Yeah, she missed out. But, he missed out. I think bag with 15 at one jump, but it's cool. Yeah. Well, good. Well, that must have been when we sent out. Oh, yeah, when we sent out, we sponsored their camp out and sent some stuff to Ghost. I do remember that. Skittles, right? I think is what I said, and I think we did for prize giveaways. I think we did a few meals too. So, but yeah, cool. But yeah, so it's just kind of a good way for them to learn and for them to be leaders and figure it out, right? I don't want to be responsible for all that. So, when you become responsible for new members coming in, there's a lot of people that are literally going to hold you responsible. Uh-oh, Tambra. She's going to tell me in a minute. She's been on me. She, even to the point we were texting. Well, she had been texting me, and I didn't answer because she wasn't programmed in my phone, and I didn't recognize the number. And Skane's girl was here for camp out. So we got to talk to Tambra yesterday. And Tambra's like, you need to get to the post office because that package that I sent for American Roots for the school, that's sitting up there. And I said, all right. So I went to the post office today and nothing. So I'm kind of like, what happened? Can you check the tracking number for me? So I'm assuming that's what that is. Tambra, you don't have to say it on here unless you want to. Just text me and let me know what's going on. So, but yeah, kind of craziness, and it sucks. But we were talking about that. Okay, so here's something for y'all. And so this is something we were talking about after camp. So Saturday nights after everything's done, we'll sit by the fire and we just kind of reflect on everything. And you guys know, some of you girls know, I took a tumble Friday before camp, and I was really needing to get a lot of stuff done and ready. Luckily, the weird part is the way I landed. Yes, it bruised me and made me a little sore, but I have a pretty high pain tolerance. So I was able to buckle through and get what I needed done. And then, of course, when Skanes shows up, what can I help you with? That kind of thing. So we got things done. That wasn't a big deal. So Billy Bond from Permapasture Farm was trying to fly in. He was doing the butchering class on Saturday along with Mr. Hacks. And his airplane broke down. So he's sitting on the airplane. The airplane broke down. So they were like, okay, well, we're going to bump you over to another flight. So he goes to get that flight. And then they're like, well, sorry, you can't get on the plane. Anyway, it was just a hot mess. So then he ends up getting into a third flight. We like never thought he would get there. And so he finally got there. And then something else it just seemed, so then as they were butchering, it was really interesting. So a lot of us around here, we will pray before we butcher any animals. We thank them for their sacrifice. We thank them, for the way, because they take care of our land. They graze our land without, stealing from the land. They help with the permaculture of the land. And so we like to thank him for that. As soon as Darren said, in the name of Jesus Christ, amen, and everybody said amen, as soon as that happened, the microphones quit. We had so many people sitting back in the area, they couldn't hear him. So they're trying to go through instructions and, here's how you do this and here's how you do that. People were filming, captivated, and you can't hear the speakers. And, you're butchering. So it's a one shot deal, right? You're not going to be able. Luckily, they had 4 chickens. And then eventually they were able to pull the actual, not the wireless microphone, but the other one, try to get everything fixed. They did get back up and running. But then it just seemed every turn, like the devil was like, nope, not today. You're not sharing. Not today. This isn't happening. And, we're not going to let you do this. We're not going to let you do that. Very, very odd to me. And, everybody saw it. Everybody saw it. It wasn't just one person thinking, man, this is weird. But nobody said anything to each other until Saturday night when we were sitting around the fire.
Wow.
So, yeah, so really interesting. But, even with Manfred, so we had to put our dog down. And that was depressing. But I tell you what, if it wasn't for me having to stay busy to get everything together, it's probably all I would have dwelled on. So,
Yeah.
I am paying attention, ladies. I bumped my arm. And since I'm on all the blood thinners,
oh,
it
yeah.
bleeds like yeah. So I'm like trying to get it to quit and pay attention.
You're all good. All good.
Yeah, and I was trying to get one person a thing to be a mod so that it can share that link, and I'm having a hard time.
You can't do it?
Well, I couldn't do it on my phone because I couldn't see none of those comments at all on my phone.
Huh.
I know. So now I'm going on a different page on the laptop here to try to do it. I just don't know. That's the thing with technology sometimes.
I'm not tech savvy either, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. You guys, it's super simple. selfreliancefestival.com.
Hi, Tiger.
The other Barb is in here. Hey, Barb. So if this is the other Barb, the Barb that I met this weekend, she hardly comments. So thanks for commenting.
Yeah, and up here had a great time Saturday meeting. So
good. Yeah, so it's always fun. I'm sorry. She sent me some stuff. I'll tell you what, Tamara, I think just take a deep breath because it looks like it just hasn't been shipped yet. So UPS is waiting for details. So and it happens. It happens. I've had it happen. If the company is in the middle of nowhere, you have to drop it off at a pickup location. And when you do that, sometimes it can take a few extra days. So when I print the label, it'll show that it's shipped, but it's literally sitting at the co-op waiting for UPS to come and get it. So, Tiger 454.
Way to go.
Hey, Tiger. Yeah, can you put in a link for Self-Reliance Festival for me and a copy of the classes if they have them, the 2-day workshop? And then can you also put in Kentucky Sustainable Living for me and the classes for the 25th? We were trying to give Kiri a wrench so that she could do it, but everybody's having problems making forward progress. So yeah. But yeah, it's weird. It just shows you that, it's just a spiritual war right now. And they don't want people to be moving forward and being self-sustainable. Thinking of that. So I was listening to conservative radio because I had to run around. I was doing errands and getting some stuff. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, what in the world am I listening to as we're coming back? I want to say it was McCarthy, but I'm not for sure. But if you look it up, it's out there. So he literally got up at the conference that they had, convention that they had this weekend. He literally got up and in his speech that he gave, he literally thanked Satan for getting him to where he's been. I kid you not. It's all over the radio. And apparently the media went nuts. And you would think like nuts, maddening, right? Like you would be furious and you wouldn't want to share this. No, the media applauded him for being honest and, all of this other stuff. And I'm like, is this really where the road that we're going down? You've got to be kidding me. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, yeah, put on the armor of God for sure. Yeah. Man, I can't believe it. I've never in my life have I heard a politician say that before. But dang. And these are the men that are in your Congress. They are in your house.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So I didn't know if the Canucks probably haven't heard it, but and it's all over conservative radio.
I'll be looking that one up.
Yeah, yeah, definitely look it up. Who was it? It wasn't Mark Levin. It's the guy that comes on before Matt Walsh. Is it Matt Walsh? Mark Walsh. What? No, Matt. He's the one that's got the movie that's coming out. Walsh, and he's got that WALSH, and it was on his radio show. He was talking about that. He was also talking about, was it him? I could have him confused. It was right at the end of somebody else's, and then he went in and he was talking about Kamala Harris, and he started breaking everything down. She's lying to everybody. Liar, liar, pants on fire. And she has no plans to change anything. So she says she does, but she's not showing it. So you got that one. So Kentucky Sustainable Living.com. And so yeah, this one that Tiger just put up, SRF, that is the one in Camden, Tennessee. And there's camping available for free. So bring your tents and set up and have some fun. So you can set your tents up on Friday, and then, I mean, unless you're taking a class, right? So if you're taking a class, that's different. But if you're only coming for the festival itself, you can set up on Friday, and then I think it's Friday after 4 or 5, and then break down on Sunday evening. So, except for one thing, she wants to take away. Well, yeah, she's got an agenda, and she's not being honest about it. She literally has changed all of her stance that she ran for as vice president and helped Biden put into effect. So I mean, I'm like, unbelievable.
Well, she actually knew that Biden. She probably figured Biden wouldn't even make it this far.
I think they handpicked
everybody-
her. I think they handpicked her because of that very reason. There was an agenda behind all of this, and it's getting ready to unveil itself, and it's going to be very, very ugly. Very ugly. So there you go. There's Kentucky Sustainable Living, and you can go in, check out the classes, all of that. My class is going to be an all-day class on Friday. We'll start around 8 or 9. I got to look and see what time she said. I know I'll be there earlier because I got to get everything set up, and I'll probably just go ahead and set up Thursday night, and then so we'll do all that, and then we'll have some fun. It's going to be a good can class. So I'm going to bring the water bath canners, and I'm going to bring the pressure canners. So, and you guys will get to walk away with products and dissolvable labels. There's all kinds of stuff I'm doing. The stuff that we're canning, divvies between everybody in the you'll get to take one choice of what you want. Yeah, and then lunch is provided, and I'm going to be cooking the lunch. So I just got to decide how many people, and then once I know how many are enrolled, which you could do last minute, I always make extra. And sorry, excuse me. I always make extra just in case. So if you forget to sign up or you didn't get it, and all of a sudden you can get there early, just come and you can pay the girls at the door and say, I'd like to really take this class, and I will definitely let Shelly know. Now, that's going to be limited numbers. You know, don't 50 of you do that, because then I'll be caught off guard. So, but we understand, you know, 1 or 2, but looks like he finally got all the feed done. But, yeah. Dang, I tell you. So yeah, it's been quite a workup. And guys, any of you that just came in, I'm sorry. I've been at festival all week, cooking, running the vendor tent, seed trade, all that stuff, visiting and doing all of that kind of jazz. And I am tired. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, all the stuff that you've been saying you've been doing, man, of course you are.
Yeah, and then that meeting on Thursday. So I had to go. I set up on Wednesday. We got everything unloaded. Got the tents up. Got everything ready to go. Got our tent set up. Shoot, we weren't done with that stuff until probably 10 o'clock at night, and I was starting to get short. And Skeins is real good about kind of reeling me in without getting on to me. And she's like, "This is nothing we can't finish tomorrow. So calm down. Let's go to the fire. Let's have a drink and just, you need a deep breath. You need to relax a little bit." And so I was like, after, at first I was like, oh, and I was just giving up. Right. And then after I sat for a minute and I realized, oh, okay, it's a total demeanor. And I was like, I feel way better. I don't have a headache, that kind of thing. And I told her, I said, thanks for reeling me back a little bit. I needed that. And so then it was also great too. So you guys want to talk about like wire camp out special and community special and all that. So Dr. Dan has actually been on me to take care of myself all year. And so I of course hadn't done that. And he saw me and he said, "Are you ready for me to take care of that back pain for you?" And I'm like, I don't know. And so then Rebecca, his wife, is like, "You really need to let him do it. I'm telling you, it's going to make a huge difference." And I was like, I don't know. So anyway, long story short, I let him do it, and I'm like a new woman. And so now I just have to get, what do you say, a deep tissue massage therapist. And so I've got to go get one of those to work out, because now all the pain went absolutely backwards to the one spot that it started from. And so that's why you need a deep massage therapist to go in and really work that out so that muscle relaxes. So, but I can't. I need to soak in a bathtub so bad, and I can't soak in a bathtub. I can't have a bath until tomorrow because it has to be so many days. You can't get the incisions to. You can't get them wet or soak because you'll get infection.
Oh, so, yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm like,
Yoda, did you see this one question down here? Did Ian's make it home?
That's interesting that she's not answering you, and that's also because she does usually call me. I'm also not sure what time she left today. I think they were trying to go down to the courthouse. I'm not sure if her and Jonathan were doing that together or not. Let me check real quick and see if she's in here. No, she did not. She did not. So let me text her, and then I will let you know.
Well, while you're doing that, Yoda. No, you're Yoda. Oh my goodness, I do that a lot. Lucy, I know you said earlier backstage you're not feeling good. So, because of that, were you not able to do as much today? Because I know normally you are always busy.
I slept most of the day. I was up all night running to the outhouse. And it took all my energy to try to make it to feed my livestock and everything this morning. And of course, halfway there, so I had to run back to the outhouse again.
That sure does sound like that stomach bug. Do you have any oregano oil?
No, I'm out of it. I got to make some more.
Okay.
I got the oregano. I still have the oregano flakes that I made to make my oil when I soaked it, and I saved it in another jar and I cook with it. I'm wondering if I can.
Yeah.
But I'm out. I'll be okay. I'm drinking lots of water and I got flat ginger ale, but I'm pushing the water down me quite a bit to flush it out of me.
Yeah, that sure does sound like that stomach bug that people, they end up sleeping for 2 weeks. It's
I'm
really
glad you
Yeah.
said that. I need to take care of my oregano. Thanks. That's a nice
Mhm.
reminder.
Yeah,
Actually, I
Before I
gotta
go.
cut mine and dry it. Mine's ready for cutting and drying. I think I have some
Yeah.
drying hanging in my greenhouse. I'll have to, because I did it the old way and just hung it. I got rack bars in my greenhouse, and that's where my beautiful sweet potatoes are doing beautiful. Another 2 weeks, and I get to see if I got any. They had flowers,
good. That's my
so I figured,
darn cherry tomatoes. They're still having flowers. I looked at that the other day. I told Garen, I said, "Look at that stupid tomato plant." And I said, "It's trying to get up in the soffits of the house because we keep the tomato plant, the sweet cherry tomatoes, at the kitchen window so the sun doesn't come in and make me hot while I'm cooking."
Um, we were talking
I
about
had
drying racks. My nephew was clearing out a property, and you know those great big huge aluminum baker's racks where the trays
yep.
slide in?
Mhm.
And I've been trying to figure out how to make a sun drying system. We just found it. We're going to turn that into our sun drying system
Mhm.
because it's
Good.
all
That's all
open.
right.
All we have to do is screen it in,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
My,
we
you know
got
what's really weird is my zucchini plants. I thought they were done. They got some of the leaves have gone white. Some have died, and I didn't see flowers couple weeks ago. So I was going to take a day, and I'm going to go and pull them all out. You know what? I got 12 more big, huge. They're probably about 16, 17-inch long zucchinis. I got to go and pick, hidden
Yeah.
underneath all the big leaves.
Yeah, you guys, I see a lot of people in here. Oops, I forgot. Oh, yeah, thanks for reminding me. It's very, very important. We need the natural remedies for this winter because they're going to be messing with us.
yeah, because
Pharmaceutical.
I'm going to start my lavender honey tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Now,
was
when
very,
you do your lavender honey, do you just pick the lavender flower and the leaf and throw it in the honey
I actually put
fresh?
it in. I actually put yes, I use fresh for that. I don't use the
Okay.
dehydrated, but I put it in cheesecloth and put it in the honey. I don't boil it like they tell you to do. I just let it set and ferment like you would with your garlic.
hmm
Okay.
And I
Okay.
and I do use fresh. I do not use the dehydrated.
yeah, you don't want to
Okay.
boil honey, in my opinion. And that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Don't,
I agree.
yeah, you don't want to do that because that will actually kill some of the
Yeah.
antibiotic that's in there. So
So
yeah,
I just have to watch when I take honey because I have my oldest daughter that I actually go to her place a lot and stuff. I have to watch. I don't take honey within 1 or 2 days because as soon as she gets a scent of honey or anything, she's going to have to use her EpiPen. She's that severely allergic to honey and
yeah,
bees.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Tamber, that's what we were talking about. Yeah.
And then somebody also is just saying Tiger just made some fire cider.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, traveling puppy parlor. She's got 2 sick babies at home. So
Oh no.
all this that we're talking about is awesome that she is getting all this.
Good, good. Yeah, the oregano oil is so easy, and once you have it and you have all of that, 1 drop daily is it will just keep you balanced and that kind of thing. Kind of a head start or maintenance program, I guess, is what I would call it. And then if you get sick, then you up that to two drops 3 times a day. When it's stomach flu and you get the loose stools or anything like that, we'll just be adults. We won't laugh. Poop is funny, but we won't laugh. I'll be an adult. And so you want to take that. And so if you feel the rumblies and that kind of thing, go ahead and put it. You're always putting it under your tongue, and go ahead and put a couple drops in there, and it will help with that. The runs will go away. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and it'll slow them down and then they'll essentially just disappear. But also on top of that, make sure you're drinking plenty of water because you want to make sure you don't get dehydrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not a
And
doctor.
I'm probably,
Do your own
yeah,
research.
we're not doctors.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not doctors.
Yeah.
But see, I have in my right calf is constant since I've been feeling this way, and my muscles in the back of my calf are so tight, and as soon as I go, I'm laying flat on sitting and laying my legs stretched out, and I bring my feet back towards my body. It's
Yep.
just pulling like there's no tomorrow.
Yep.
You're dehydrated.
You
You're
want
dehydrated.
you want a really good solution for that. For that and cramps. If you get cramps a lot, yellow mustard. Do a teaspoon of yellow mustard and just and swallow it.
Oh, I can eat a whole jar of mustard. I'm a mustard fanatic.
Yep. Within 10 minutes.
And I haven't had it in a while.
You need, that's probably why. You know, within 10 minutes, it'll be gone.
Okay.
And make sure to drink lots of water. Lots of water.
Oh, yeah. I got water right here beside my bed. I have a gallon jug by my bed that I fill my glass up with.
When you're dumping it out that fast, your body cannot replenish it fast enough.
Right.
That's right.
So it's a constant battle of, and what your body's doing is rejecting bacteria or a germ. And, you know, they always say, oh, give the kids Imodium. No, I don't believe in giving kids Imodium. What's in there needs to come out. Your body's rejecting it for a reason.
Right. Correct.
The more fluid you push in, the more it's going to push it out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I know. It's always interesting to me because there's another good way to help prevent. Doesn't mean you're not going to get sick. One of the reasons why we get so sick, and especially people who are around more pollution than others, get sick more frequent.
Frequently.
Thank you. I'm so tired. I can't even talk. And so, but the reason why they get sick more is because the selenium is not in the ground anymore, and the food that you're eating cannot get it. So pollution actually dissipates the selenium. So China has this issue. So if you get a lot of meat from overseas, and you may not know, but a lot of our food gets pushed over there and then it comes back and that kind of thing. The animals are not getting selenium out of the ground. And so you're not getting selenium. Therefore, you are selenium deficient. And that will help. That right there enables you to get sick more and more. So if you do a combination, this actually came from G's doctor, who is a family doctor out of Harrisonville, Missouri, and Dr. Holton. He's very, very good. He's a wellness doctor. And he said when the flu came out, he was like, I want everybody on a regimen. And it was vitamin D3, zinc, selenium. And I was like, really? And vitamin C. And I was like, really? And so we did that. And that saved our tushes quite a bit. Where a lot of our circles would all get sick all the time, we were not. Yeah. We did get sick once a year, but not like everybody else was. It seemed like all of our friends were always sick.
See, and I won't take the shots. I will not take the blue shots. I won't.
No.
Because it's a natural immunity thing to me. You have to build up an immunity because it's constantly cycling and mutating.
Right.
So your body has to be able to handle that.
Yeah.
And that's all there is to it. You have to be able to handle it.
Right. Yeah. I agree, Matt. Yeah.
Yeah, have it that it will.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those. See, so especially in farm communities, everybody screams that, right? Herd immunity is everything. And the problem is that we have cities in between the country and the farmers and ranchers. And so those are the people that are getting the shots. Well, you have to go to the city to get some certain things. So if you have to see this certain specialist, or you have to see that certain specialist, or, those that run to Sam's Club, or those that run to TJ Maxx, or whatever they're doing down there, right? And so then they come back to the county. They've been down there. They picked up whatever they're shedding off of that supposed shot that is supposed to help them. And they come back, they shed for 2 weeks, and then everybody in the county gets sick. And so that's why everything keeps mutating. And so I'm not a scientist, but I'm not stupid. And so, when you've been in husbandry for a long time, you see it over and over. That's why we don't vaccinate our livestock. We don't vaccinate our livestock because once you do, you have to keep vaccinating them.
Mhm.
And so, you just don't do it. Well,
My
we
son,
just don't do it.
my youngest son, now he's 44 now. When he was younger, could not eat beef. Could not eat beef. It would make him sick every time. Now we
Mhm.
could have deer, any kind of wild game. But
Yeah.
we found out that the antibiotics that were going into the cattle is what was making him sick.
Yeah.
But we could eat deer all day long and it never bothered him.
Yeah. Oh, look at Tambra's comment. Oh, Lucy, do you have any of the ladder on that?
I can't see it. My glasses are so freaking. Ivermectin. What the heck is that? Never heard of it.
I wasn't gonna say it out loud, but that's okay. That is actually the sheep drench, and so you can grab that, and that's what we put on our sheep to get bugs off of them. It's a natural dewormer. Only a dewormer. Now I want you to be really careful because the signs will tell you that it's deadly for humans to take it. The dose is the same weight as the sheep. So to start, what you would do, follow the directions, and you're going to take the first day, and then you're going to wait 48 hours, and then you're going to do another dose, and then you're going to wait 7 days, do another dose, and then you're done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Nobody here is a doctor. Nobody's a nurse. Everybody,
right.
do your own research.
Do your own research. I only use this on my sheep.
Yes.
Only on the sheep and cows.
It's funny. I don't take any medicine, no prescriptions, no nothing. Because every time they gave me years ago, when they give me a prescription, I ended up being allergic to it, and I got severe reactions to it. So I don't take nothing.
Yeah.
If I can do it naturally and do my research and find it naturally, I take it all naturally. That's what God put the plants on earth for.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and earlier that was a medical disclaimer, everybody. So yeah, YouTube medical disclaimer.
Yep. There you go.
That's right.
Yeah, do your own research. Yeah, Karen, I do know that the soil will hold in a lot, and that sucks that you have tetanus in there. She probably found that out. I'm assuming she found that out because they had to do soil testing. And so I bet they did soil testing. And yes, in those cases, if you're going to have that kind of livestock, you really need to make sure that you're getting that vax. So, yep. Yeah. So yeah, it kind of amazes me because even with the sheep drench, man, we were getting great big huge gallons of it it was $35. So we could actually afford to take care of the herd the way they needed to be taken care of and all of that. And then once they decided, oh, this is people have caught on, they know, all these farmers know they can do XYZ. Once they did that, they slapped a label on it, and it went down to now it's a quart bottle, and I've seen it as high as $125 for a quart.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, because my animals, I always did myself if they got sick. Dogs, cats, anything, I did it myself.
Yeah.
But, you can't even go into the farm store anymore and get things that I used to get. They've taken them off the shelf. They've locked them up. Or you have to go to your vet. Thank God I've got a good vet. He's a farm vet.
Yeah. Karen, that stinks. I don't know what it is about milk cows. It's like if they kind of remind me of goats and sheep. It's like if I can, they wake up and ask how they can kill themselves today. And man, I've got one neighbor who a rattlesnake bitter udder. That one had to go down. And then I have another neighbor, my milk lady, as a matter of fact, and they've lost cows like left and right. It's been a hard summer. It's been a hard year for a lot of us. It was interesting at camp. I thought we were the only ones that had suffered the poultry loss and that kind of thing. I started hearing from more and more people. None of us can figure out what the hell happened. And we're talking from all different states, and everybody's having the same issue. So,
Good.
in fact, Thunderhill Farm, they were like, because they specialize in different types of poultry, and some they're like, we give up this year. We're gonna clean everything up, get through what we've got, get everybody where they need to be, and we'll start over next year. So everybody's just like, sometimes you have to step back, but when you lose that much poultry in a matter, 50 and 30 days, and then Garen's got the number for us, because at one point I just had to turn it off so I didn't hear it, because I just wanted to cry. I was like, and again, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It was mentioned because while we were at camp, it actually rained Thursday night, and it was funny because Gaines looked at Rebecca and said, I think we were running to the restroom or something. Was it Rebecca? Yeah, I think it was Rebecca. Man, this feels good. And, had the rain coming on us, cooling down because it was so hot. And Rebecca goes, yeah, but look at all the chemicals from the chemtrails. We don't know. We may wake up in the morning with a third arm. Somebody said it might have been Tina, I don't know, but somebody said it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about that. But yeah, so
I hear there's a hurricane coming in by Friday. That's supposed to be hitting Louisiana, Kentucky, in that area.
Oh,
going
yeah?
up through. Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently it's supposed to be. They figure cat 1 or a cat 2. It might grow to a cat 2.
Yeah. Oh, Kiri lost him due to predators. I'm sorry, Kiri. You're right. There are other people. Ours. All of our losses were not just from predators. So
I gotta tell you guys a funny story. My daughter has the back of her property. They have like they've cleared part of the land. It used to be my father's land when I was a kid growing up, and they have an area where they hunt, because they hunt bear and deer,
yeah.
and they have their hunting building. They built one up off the ground, and we were sitting last night at their dining room table, and they have special cameras set up back there, and there's this one baby cub. The mother must have died, this bear cub. And they hadn't, because of all the rain, they hadn't been able to get up in there and put food back in there. And this little cub is so tiny, but he'll get in the pile of food that they put back there, and the raccoons come around, and the vultures and the ravens, and he's going like this and trying to chase them off. And this little cub's only not even, I'd say he was born in January. That's how small he is. But he acts like he's really big and tough and everything. So they went up. My husband and my son-in-law went up in the back last night, and they took almond butter, peanut butter. They got a stump there, and they rubbed it with the almond butter, put peanut butter up on the tree, but they go back and they put a whole bunch of feed back there for them. Well, we're watching these videos. They keep dinging on their phone, and they'd put it up, and we'd watch the video. He's there licking on that stump where the almond butter. He's there licking and licking and licking. Then all of a sudden, a picture comes up, and he's standing on top of it, and he's looking all around like, "This is mine. You're not going to get it." And then 5 minutes later, he's over at the tree licking the peanut butter off the tree, just the licking. And then, of course, he goes right into the pile of food, and he's laying there. He sat in it first. He had it all up around his butt, and then he lays in it, and he's watching all the raccoons so they wouldn't come near it. It was so cute.
Oh my goodness. Hey, you guys,
but they figure if they keep.
I'll be right back.
Yoda.
That's okay. I'll be right back. I just need to get a sweatshirt. I'm starting to get cold. I'll be right back.
Okay. But they figured to keep food back there to keep it fed, so it'll be going into winter soon to hibernation, and it doesn't have its mama to keep it warm, so they'll keep it fed right until hibernation, which is a good idea.
I know,
but it was so funny to see it.
My daughter-in-law just had a bunch of hazelnuts given to her. And she was like, "We don't like hazelnuts." And I said, "Yeah, but the kids like, what is that stuff called? With the chocolate and hazelnut? It's like peanut butter."
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I made a whole bunch of it for them. It was like, I'm not going to let hazelnuts go to waste.
No.
And I canned it, I jarred it up for them, and they put it in the refrigerator. They're like, they've already gone through, 3 pints of it?
Oh, wow.
3 pints of it, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny what kids will eat, what they like and what they don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had never made it before. Never made
Nutella.
it before. Yeah, Nutella.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm going to try this. I didn't even look up a recipe. I just figured, I looked at a Nutella jar at the store to see what was in it. And I'm like, I can do this. I can make it taste like this. And somebody said, well, what was your recipe? And I said, I haven't got a clue. I just started adding things till it tasted right.
A bit of this, a bit of that.
I do that all the time. My apple butter this year turned out totally different than all the other years. How did you make it? I can't tell you because I just added stuff till it tasted right. I never write it down, ever. There you go. Nutella. God. And I never write it down. And every year it comes out different. One year I had it really strong with cloves. But the kids still liked it, so.
Yeah. Hey, as long as they'll eat it.
Yeah. Oh, they'll sit at the table with saltine crackers and apple butter, and they'll have you got to consider there's 7 kids in my youngest son's family. I mean, he's got 7 little kids. They can actually demolish a 4 jar of apple butter.
Yeah.
There you go.
Our big bag of stock up lighters. We try to never go low on lighters. You never know when you're going to need light.
Oh, I'm glad you said that too. I need to go to the basement and I need to grab one of my totes of candles to take down with me to camp. Thank you for saying that.
Everybody's just reminding you of everything.
Well, I got it right. Well, when I went down there this last, it was when they did the meetup. All my candles, they left one lantern there, one, and it didn't have a wick in it. All my oil lamps are gone. All my lamp oil's gone. It is gone. They took everything. So I need to take a tote of candles with me. And I'm writing it down. And there's one oil lamp I always take down, but I always bring him home because he's very old. And I call him the old man, and it's a big old oil lantern. And I always take him and bring him home because I was always afraid somebody would break it when I wasn't there or something. So I'll take him down. But I'm hoping by November I am moved there. I don't want to keep going back and forth anymore.
Yeah.
So
Tiger put about the lighters that has them spread everywhere. We used to have them spread everywhere, especially All American, and until I came all in and all organized things. We do. Well, everything is in its spot. So that's why they're all in the bag now. All the lighters are in a bag instead of scattered everywhere. But of course, we do have stuff. I have one in the car, one in my purse. He has like a lighter in every single go bag, but the majority of the lighters are in one Ziploc bag, right where I know where they are. So when he says, I can't find a lighter, where's the lighter? Here you go.
I always know where one's at.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and actually none of us smoke, so we don't even need a lighter. We just have them just in case.
Okay, so I'll admit something. So I am a smoker. Garen is
So am
not.
I.
Garen always carries a lighter with him, which is good because if my lighter breaks or I can't find my lighter, which I'm constantly patting my pockets or looking for, because I put it somewhere I wouldn't forget. And so I put it somewhere. I can literally go to G and like, do you have a light? And he does. It's all good. He didn't like it. He doesn't like to hand me it, but oh well.
I had a special lighter that had my like a Virgo. I'm a Virgo, so I had that on there, and I said, "This is my special lighter. People could use it, but I am right there waiting for that lighter back."
Right.
I'm like, they light, and I'm like, "Okay, hand me my lighter back. You're not gonna put it in your pocket."
And they do. Isn't that terrible?
Always. And I don't know if she's still in the chat or not, but she's bad about that with her dad as well. They're both bad about when they have the lighter and they light something and then they put it just right in their pocket.
Yeah. Well, because it's habit. You've got, what do they say? Repeat something 21 times, it becomes habit. So even though they borrowed it from you once, 20 times before, they were putting it directly in their pocket. So that's what the brain was saying to do. So I don't think it's on purpose. I think it's just habit.
Yeah. And then he used to always pick them up at the strip club because there's lighters everywhere. And also they would have matches.
Yeah.
So I would okay, she put, I feel attacked.
Oh no.
No.
Shame on you, little Miss Prepper.
You're your dad, that's all.
That just means words hurt, and look at what you have done. You've made her cry.
I love you.
I had to take my son somewhere here not too long ago. And how he did this, I have no idea. I had these little Bic lighters, and I had it sitting right on top of my cigarettes in my dash. And there's this little hole that sits underneath there. And somehow that lighter got up in that little hole, and it's still there. So somewhere in my dash, I have a lighter that I can't get to.
I have a quarter I can't get to in my car.
I had so my AC got literally stuck. We had a fire in the diesel truck, and so the fan got stuck. So Mr. Hacks came over and he pulls everything apart. Next thing you know, I go out there like, what in the world is all of this? Because remember, I did real estate for so long, and in that truck, and I said, "What is this?" And he goes, "Oh, I just thought I'd take your collection and bag it up for you." And I kid you not, like a gallon-sized baggie, lighters, pens, pieces of paper. I mean, just all kinds of weird crap, paper clips, just everything. I mean, I think I had almost an entire collection of every house I ever had listed.
Oh wow!
Because it falls under, and they just stick in there. If it finds a spot that it can, get stuck, it stays. So.
And then we have our collection of metal matches that he likes to call them, or magnesium.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Fire starters is what I call them.
Starter, yeah. And that's just some of them as well. So
yeah,
we always have a backup of a backup for fire.
Right.
He likes fire.
Man, if you like fire like that. And so you would get along really good with Jesse, who Callie Blackwell's husband. I'm telling you, he twirled some fire Saturday night. Oh gosh, he's got fire. It's a ball of fire on chains, and he puts one in each hand, and they play music, and he just does a whole performance, and then he's got a stick. And each in the fire lights, and he does that literally since they've been here, every festival, and he's just amazing. It'll be pitch black. We're sitting by the fire hearing beautiful music about how strong we are and how important it is to move on, be able to say no, and know that we are warriors, and he does that to that. And oh gosh, I mean, it's mesmerizing. It's just wonderful.
Yeah.
Meat good, fire good, women good.
Huh?
He says meat good, fire good, women good.
Yeah. Yeah. Bunch caves.
I started teaching my grandkids at a very young age how to use a ferro rod. I think the youngest one I worked with was 5 years old because I did not want them to rely. We always taught them, don't play with matches, don't play with the lighter. Well, nobody said anything about the ferro rod when Grandma got a hold of them. So,
no, it was super funny. So I ended up taking the Beast with me, one of our farm sitters. And so I took the Beast with me to camp, and then she stayed with me, and then I brought her home because Mom and Dad had more kids than what they could put in the vehicles. And so Beast was in it. We were traveling down the road, so we had time to talk while we were heading out to camp, because it was like an hour and 15, hour and a half. And then plus we needed to go do a couple stops. And he goes, I was like, hey, I meant to ask you something. And he goes, what's that? And I said, I don't know what is going on. I said, but I keep finding burnt matches all over my house. And he goes, oh. And I said, well, I just wonder. I said, do you always burn your farts so that it doesn't smell? Because I had a coworker who did that, a loan officer, and he would fart in his office. And I always knew when he was gassy because he'd light a match and let it go out. And so I was like, maybe that's what he's doing. And then, there's like no corner is safe. There's a burnt match in there. So I'm like, dude, you're going to burn down my house. And he's like, no, Yoda. He goes, that's not what's happening. He said, I burn them and they stick together and I make little cabins with them, tiny cabins. And I said, okay, because he'll only do the end of it. And I guess it gets sticky, and so he can put them together. And so he builds these cabins. And he's like, I panicked, Yoda. And I said, what do you mean you panicked? And he goes, well, the last festival you went to, I couldn't find two of my little cabins. I had them everywhere, and I couldn't find them. And I said, well, honey, I think the dogs found them because there's matches all over my house. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I tried to find those cabins. And I was like, well, okay, but let's revisit what you just said, right? If you think I'm going to be mad, don't do it. But, just don't do it. But he's a good kid. And, he's like, I promise I won't do it anymore. So, like, what you do outside, do it outside. Just don't do it in my house. But I thought it was winter, still a little cold when we started. So I was just chalking it up to they lit a fire in the wood burning stove. But come to find out, he's building cabins. Like, bless his heart, he's literally playing with fire in my house.
Yeah.
Homeschool kids, country kids, they don't think about that stuff. So it's just, but anyway. And so, Mom and Dad are supervising him, but when they're over here, they're not supervised. And so, it's just kind of like, they'll be okay. They know better. They know not to do that. But Mom and I talked, and she said, I will make sure he does not do that anymore. She said, I did not know he was doing that over there. And that was followed by, oh, believe me, he does not cover up his fart with a match. He takes ownership for it and is very proud.
Well, and that's like, okay, I had my, I had gone down for an overnight trip down to camp because it's a 5-hour drive from here.
Yeah.
And I had to go pick up some puppies and a mama dog. So I took 2 of my grandkids with me, and we went to camp to spend the night because I wasn't going to drive all the way down there and drive safe back.
Did you say grandbabies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, they're grandbabies to me. They're older.
Oh, okay. Because I look like this because of that scenario. I'm dying. I'm dying right now. It was too much for me.
But I took them down there, and we lit a fire that night, and we cooked dinner on the fire. And the next morning, and I let my grandson, he's 10, lights a fire. I mean, he's old enough. He's been taught how to do it. And that night when we went to bed, I put a piece of tin over the fire pit. And he wanted to relight the fire in the morning. And he grabbed everything he needed. And I said, you don't need that now. And he said, what? I need to light the fire. And I said, go over and get some kindling. And I'll pull off the tin. And all you have to do is find the bed of coals. And you can start your fire. He thought that was cooler than shit. He said, Grandma, that's really cool. I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah.
I said, that's what that old piece of tin's for.
That's why it's so important to have these campouts and do this stuff, because, you know, the kids are like, without trying to sound like a bad 80s song, the kids are our future. We've got to teach them the old ways. And if we don't teach them the old ways, they're going to forget it. They're going to lose it. They're going to forget it. They will never be able to replicate it. And they're going to be slaves to the system. And, Garen's doing good learning his language. He said, "Oh, the old ways."
I like that.
But yeah, no, it's important, and we talked about that a lot. So Garen did. I tried to film it, but for some reason, like, it's in his phone and it totally disappeared. So that sucks. So I'm gonna do a live with Jesse or with Jess. And we'll talk about what she's gotten and what, you know, we did. So we were actually able to present her on Saturday, right before butcher class. Was it before butcher class? I don't know. I think so. I'm not sure. Anyway, but right before we were able to, Garen presented her the sun oven, the cover, the water purification thing, and all of that. So we're super, super excited about that. And then we even have some extra money we're going to be able to give her. And I'm going to walk her through pots, pans, and that kind of thing so that she can do all of that. Yeah. And we'll be able to get them because it's like toaster oven size for flat sheets and that kind of thing. So we'll be able to find them super easy. It's just Sun Oven doesn't sell them anymore. Yeah. They're having a problem with the distribution and that kind of thing. So it was just easier to just eliminate all of that and just go forward with what they could get. But
well, I hate to say this, ladies. I didn't realize it was this late, but I got to go take care of some things. You all have a blessed evening.
You too.
And I'll see. I don't know if I'll see you next week. So, but just know I'll let you know. I'll be happy place. That's all I'm going to say. It's my happy place.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, Yoda, my granddaughter, when for her 16th birthday, where my husband was cutting wood up in the back of the bush. Remember Little Miss Prepper where I took you for that bushwalk? Yeah. Anyways, my granddaughter invited 3 of her friends over. This was the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They stayed 3 days in a tent in the bush, cooked over an open fire, cooked all their food over an open fire, and just stayed back there. They went out and around. I'd come out, and here they are with bowls, and they're out picking blackberries and see what fruit they could pick, take back up to the campsite. And I said, oh, by the way, if you guys like tomatoes or like anything, just go and help yourself in the garden, cucumbers or whatever. And yeah, she cooked them a full, I think it was the Tuesday morning. She came over and she says, Grandma, can I get some eggs from you? And this is like 8 o'clock in the morning. And I said, yeah. I said, no problem. She said, I'm going to cook the girls some breakfast. So she cooked bacon, eggs, toast on the open fire, and thought that was cool.
Yeah, nice.
It's nice, it's nice that they still enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
And you keep that in with them. And all my grandkids love to camp, fish, hunt. They love it all.
Yeah.
And they can survive.
Yeah, that reminds me of a lot. I was going to tell you, Little Miss Prepper, brought this up, and I meant to say it to you a long time ago, depending on where life takes you guys over the next few weeks and that kind of thing. Remember when we were talking about making your homestead work for you and generating some income and all that? Liz and Goat are in Colorado. He actually takes people on horseback and takes them up into the mountains to go hunting during the winter. So he's a scout and that kind of thing, and then guides them in to go hunting, and he gets paid for that. During the spring and summer, when the tourists and all that are coming out, then well, I found it. Either I found it or my sister-in-law found it, and they had little flyers made, and so you could get the little brochure. And we were looking at it. It was what that. This will tell you how long ago it was. $35 per person. We were taking care of Garen's mom's ashes, so there was a ton of us. I mean, we rented a bunch of cabins and that kind of thing, and we were called them up and said, "Can you accommodate XYZ and that?" And they were like, "Yeah." And so we went out there. They were living in a 3/4 tent, and which I thought was awesome. And we got to see the tent, like it real big. When I say 3/4 tent, just kind of describe it for people that don't know. It was a canvas tent with wood that went up, for snow barrier, about, I want to say maybe about 3 feet or so. I'm not sure it was that high. And then for the toilet, what they did is they had sort of like a composting toilet, but it did use water. But he pulled the water from, because of where it's at. I would just want to be really careful. He pulled the water from a natural source, and so then that helped with the pressure to get everything down. And it was literally in the middle of the woods, and you just followed the red carpet when you got to the edge of the trail to that, and you could do your business. And like when you got back, then everybody else knew, okay, it's your turn. You can go. Nobody could see what you're doing. I mean, it was very, very private. He had a horse and wagon. So he took us on a tour. For the kids, they did a tomahawk throwing. Like my son totally loved that. And so now that the hatchet bars and that kind of thing have opened up, him and my daughter-in-law do it all the time.
Yeah.
And then let's see. And then Liz went on an open fire, and she had the tripod and all of that. Literally cooked us. We had, if I remember correctly, it was like chicken, potatoes. Can't remember what the veggie was, and then a dessert, all on the open fire, and served it to us. And for all of us, it was $35 a piece. There must have been, I think we reserved for 23, 24 people. So that was a pretty good night for them for a couple hours.
Yeah.
But the part that I loved, they were lovely people, absolutely lovely. And so they were farmhands for somebody else before they ended up securing the property they're on. And she said she always knew it was going to be a cold night. They lived in a teepee at that point. And when they were working for somebody else, and she said, I always knew it was going to be a cold night. And I said, how'd you know that? And she said, because I would have a goat and 3 dogs on me. And then she knew how cold it was going to be, because she said she knew exactly how much snow or frost that they got, depending on how much they had covering their feet when they woke up.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm talking hardcore mountain people, and just lovely people to sit down and talk to. And Liz and Goat. So if y'all are in Colorado near South Fork, look for their flyers. You need to go eat there, support them, like-minded people, and just super, super sweet. You won't be sorry. Good company. Good company. So yeah, I was shocked at the way, even in the 3/4 tent, had their big screen TV and freaking satellite going. I was like, how'd you manage that? And I tell you what, I envy that, because I can't get that out here. Well, now I do. Now I got Starlink, but yeah, figure that was clear back. Me and my kids were kids, and there was no Starlink.
No.
So I don't know how the hell they did it, but that was amazing. Amazing. But yeah, anybody back in Colorado, you guys look for that. And it's a off-grid cooking. Man, I wish I could remember the name of the business. We just didn't have social media like this and all that where I could keep in touch with them and that kind of thing. They're super, super cool people.
Have you even tried to look them up lately?
No, what I need to do is drive my butt down there and just kind of see. We need to get down there anyway. We need to kind of figure out, there's supposed to be a trip. We got to do something with Karen's dad's ashes. And they really need to go down there. So if we get down there, it's up to my sister-in-law. She's just got to figure out when, and we'll make sure that we can make it happen. But between her schedule, festival schedule, only time we have is stinking right in the middle of summer, which that's probably going to come to an end here pretty soon, because I think we're trying to get something with SOE. We're going to talk to John about it when we get out there to Self-Reliance Festival. So, you can take an elaborate vacation. What we do when we travel is work. And so it's just kind of like, you got to say, okay, these are the dates. And then we have to schedule festivals around that. And other people are like, well, I work a full-time job, so I can just take 2 weeks and, 2 weeks off and no big deal. And we just can't do that. We have to arrange farm sitters. There's a lot we got to do. You can't tell me 2 weeks in advance and expect that to work. So this has been years in the making. We got to try to figure out how to do it. But yes, I would love to take the grandbabies out there and show them that. They think it's cool living here. It is cool with the setup that they got down there. Really cool. And they had the wood burning stove, the whole 9 yards. I mean, you got in that tent, you had no idea you were in a tent.
Yeah.
Couch was set up. The bedroom was set up.
Sorry,
Amazing.
I'm going to get on dogs.
No, you're fine. It was amazing. So, but yeah, anyway, I don't even know if they're still in business. That's been so long, but hopefully they are, because I'd really like to go back and catch up and tell them what happened with G and I and what's going on. So they were inspiration. They were a lot of inspiration for choices and things that we've done and made. Tambra.
Well, you guys, I'm going to get off. I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost 8:30. I'm with you, really, Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9:30 here for me.
I could actually go to bed. I'm not gonna lie, but I won't. I'm gonna get up and have 3 more pie crusts. If I could just get 3 more pie crusts chilled so that I can roll those out in the morning, that would be great.
Then you're all set.
No, then I have to start on cinnamon rolls. I got to go get milk and start on cinnamon rolls. I got to see Milk Lady tomorrow and beg for my more than average milk. So cinnamon rolls are better because while they rise, I can take a nap, so it's not a big deal. I probably won't. I'll be doing something else, but it is what it is. So
I've never made them. My sister-in-law usually makes them and brings us a batch. And
I've got
it's
the video,
bacon.
Lucy. You'll never make them the same way again, and yours will be the favorite. I literally get I get anywhere between $5 and $6 per cinnamon roll that I make.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you're making me hungry.
Do you want me to show you? Well, then hang on a minute.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God. You're going to make me really hungry.
Because I have cinnamon rolls left over from camp, and she just happened to have them out. So these are the strawberry cinnamon rolls. So I saw this. This one would be $30. Can you see them?
Wow.
I love them.
They look delicious. You
Yeah.
mean Tag never snagged them off of you?
Oh, Tag has had his share. Don't worry.
Oh, Yoda, you got a question. Let me Here we go.
No, I have not. We ran into some things, which I'm glad we did. I am getting some more details on that before I waste their time. There is a discussion going on as to what. Okay, so apparently Governor Kelly here in Kansas overturned something. And so it caused something that would make the Citizens Initiative illegal for us to try to do. So I don't know. I don't think I understand it. So I definitely have to get with them. Indiana Mike was just trying to tell me, hey, before you waste your time behind this, I don't think a phone call is wasting my time. At least I know if yes or no. But Governor Kelly, what I'm saying, it may be the person who ends up being the problem, if that makes sense, because of what she did.
Yep.
So we may have no options here, which I can't imagine. There has to be a way. I just can't imagine our hands are tied because our government doesn't usually work that way. But am I that naive and have I not been paying attention for that long that I haven't seen this roadblock? I don't know. It's not getting picked up on the computer when I go through. However, I only obtained this information recently. And so I'm trying to just kind of manhandle through that. We really wanted to see what commission was going to do and what the planning commission was going to do before. Yeah, I agree with you, Miss Man. I just got to figure out how to do it legally, right? So we'll get there. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not the only one either. We did get that information over to the excuse me, to the tribal, so that way they also knew that that is there. But this is going to be a fight, and it's going to be a long fight. There was another video that was done, and it was really interesting to me. I sat down and listened to it. I thought I was going to be bored. And it was, so if you go to Northeast Kansas Open Government, you too can listen to it. And I was like, I just wanted to kind of see what was going on. And so it was the Road and Bridges Department meeting. And someone was listening to it. And I thought it was super interesting that in the middle of the meeting, there was a comment made. So one of the comment was that he was getting really tired of the social media stuff and the people that were doing the social media, and made another comment that I couldn't quite pick up. I have to go back and hear it again to make sure. I just haven't had time with camp out and all that. But I will. I'll probably do it tomorrow. And but anyway, there should be consequences for us, consequences for our actions, and we should be held accountable for the things that we're saying. So I'm not really sure how to take it. I heard that. I just rolled my eyeballs. Oh my gosh. And so then I'm like, I'm not putting up with this good old boy bully BS. Been there, done that, know what it's about. I'll stand up to you. This is not a big deal. But I found it very, very interesting. They're trying to intimidate a lot of the people that were coming in. Oh, and there was another comment. So we know that they're going through people's social media because there was another comment, and we actually know who they were talking about because she is moving to the community. And so I'm looking at property right now. And it was really interesting to me. They knew exactly where in Arkansas she lived. So,
Wow.
Interesting. Because they made the comment that they didn't care what XYZ person from XYZ Arkansas thought about what they were doing in Jackson County. Interesting, huh? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm like, get out of here. And so, but yeah, no, I'm going to tell you right now, Jen's good people. You want to start poking the bear. That's one bear I wouldn't poke. So, and they are part of the community, and they do care what's going on here. So right now they're running a bunch of cattle. So they can't do anything up here for a long time. And so what if they do end up staying down there? We're all family. She should care about what we're going through up here. And you should care about what she thinks about, because that's more people that we got on our side. So I wouldn't get nitpicky with that. I'd be careful, choose the hill you want to die on. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Oh, to let everybody in the chat know, and y'all as well, that All American, right after we end our live, that he is going to go live. He's actually getting ready to go live.
Oh, good. That'll keep me up. I'll get through that dough. Yay.
Be entertaining.
Yep, it will be entertaining, he said.
Yay. I'll
All
be watching.
Okay, cool.
Take
So,
care, everybody. I'm gonna go. I'm getting tired.
Bye,
nightly.
guys. Be at least one. Yeah, be at least 1% tomorrow better tomorrow than you are today, guys. Love you. I'm gonna
I
go
will.
out.
Have a blessed evening, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.